Falling in love is hard enough as it is. Falling back in love after you've been betrayed can be really tricky. I'm going to teach you how to fall back in love after betrayal. I'm Brannon Patrick. I am a therapist. I'm otherwise known as the expert on my podcast, The Betrayed, The Addicted, and The Expert. I work with couples every day who have experienced infidelity, betrayal, and broken trust in their marriage. I'm going to give you 3 things that have to be in place to love again after you've experienced betrayal. If you want to give love a chance after betrayal, you have to build a foundation of trust. Trust is critical. It is the foundation of a relationship. Your partner will not want to connect to you again unless they feel safe. So how do you build trust? First off, you have to shift from being dishonest to being an honest partner. A partner who's vulnerable, who's open, and is authentic and transparent with your partner. They will not want to be close to you because they won't feel safe unless you're honest. Second, you've got to be empathetic to their pain. If you've hurt them, then you need to be patient and empathetic to what they've experienced. They're going to need to process that pain. They're going to have to go through that pain. You can either be an asset for them or a liability as they process that pain. You can hold space for them, you can understand them, and you can help them work through what they've been through. Third, you've got to be consistent. You can be honest, you can be empathetic for a week, for 2 weeks, but then if that goes away, you'll never build trust again. But if you're consistently honest and empathetic, your partner will start to realize, oh my goodness, they're actually safe for me to open up and connect to them again. First is rebuilding trust. Second is your thoughts about your partner. If you've been betrayed and you're just looking at your partner as a source of pain, as a monster, as somebody who's going to hurt you over and over again, then you'll notice all the ways that they're those things. But shifting to positive regard, seeing the good in your partner, realizing that maybe they're doing the best that they can, and having compassion for them is important. Now, I'm not talking about being in denial and pretending like there's something that they're not, but it's noticing the good about your partner and believing that they do want to love you and you wanting to love them at the same time. All right, the third thing can be the most difficult. And it's because we naturally want to protect ourselves when we've been hurt. And so we don't want to step back in an arena where we can be hurt again and feel pain again. There has to be a risk that you take again with your partner. You've got to be vulnerable again. Start to open up on an emotional level. Practice intimacy. And the best way to realize whether or not your partner loves you is to give them a little bit of love. Give them a little bit of vulnerability and openness. And then you'll start to realize, oh, they're here with me now. They're not going to hurt me again. I've got a story to share with you about a couple that has rebuilt trust, safety, and love each other even after betrayal. But if you've been in a situation like this, and this is familiar to you, and you want more content like this, then please subscribe to my channel. So like I said, I'm the expert on the podcast, The Betrayed, The Addicted, and The Expert. My co-hosts are a couple, Ashlyn and Kobe. They're an amazing couple. Well, he cheated on her twice. Not once, 2 times he betrayed her. And a lot of people thought she was crazy for staying. A lot of people thought she should have divorced him long ago. But for some reason, she decided to stick it out. Now, as she stuck it out, she had certain boundaries. She had certain things that needed to be in place in order for her to stay in that relationship. Kobe kicked into gear. Kobe started to create shifts within himself. He went from being a man with no integrity to a man with a lot of integrity. He went to being a man who avoided her emotions and didn't empathize with her to a man that could hold space for her and show up in strength with her. And over time, I've watched their relationship grow and become so solid because they've been through what they've been through. He's rebuilt trust. He's had positive regard for her. She's had positive regard for him. And they've both taken risks again and gotten vulnerable again in their relationship. They are one of many couples that I've seen go from hurt, pain, betrayal to falling back in love again. It is absolutely possible to rebuild a relationship after betrayal and experience love again. If you're related to this video, then you've got to check out my other video, How to Achieve Emotional Intimacy in a Relationship.